Last March, Stanley was able to go with Davraj and I to the US for the TMAI and Shepherds conferences, but he had a little problem getting back home to the Philippines. Stanley, after the conferences, what did your airline tell you?
So I got an email from my airline saying the flight from Cebu to Davao is canceled. I was expecting that I'll be quarantined in Cebu, but to my shock, I was able to get out of the airport without any authority saying to me that I'll be quarantined. And I really wanted to go home, so I checked if there are other domestic flights available, but there's still none. They really literally closed the domestic airports. It's like a Grab or Lyft driver just approached me and said, sir, there's a boat ride going to Cagayan de Oro, and you might be able to catch a bus from Cagayan to Davao.
So you were able to take a ferry across. You're fortunate you caught the last one. Well, what happened once you got into Cagayan de Oro on the island of Mindanao?
From the boat, I immediately found a taxi cab, which is very, very rare already at the time, at the hour. And then from there, going to the bus terminal, when I arrived, there was already a bus that's about to leave. I was able to catch with that bus. I was asked to have a 2-week quarantine again. The good thing there is that there were actually 12 men in our quarters. And then they are captured audience already. And in fact, Mr. Sean and the rest of the TMAI, the TEA team, our pastor have been encouraging me almost on a daily basis. And then also they encouraged me about this opportunity of preaching, which indeed it was really an opportunity because it's a captured audience, and so in the first few days I just lived a Christian set a Christian example. So I served them because we have to cook our own food, so we have to find our own firewood so we could cook, because we were given rice and cooked rice and given some food that we could cook. So I have to find firewood, break it into several pieces with an axe or the bolo so we could use it. Find water, because our water is a deep well water and we need to walk around 100 meters. So I have to bring big pails and bring water for everyone. And I just done it for maybe 2-3 days. Now I think it was on the 4th or 5th day, I just prayed. In fact, for the first few days I prayed, Lord, give me opportunity that I could preach to them. So on the 4th day, I asked for a meeting actually. I told them, can we gather for after our dinner? I just want to share something. And they were they obliged and they were excited actually. Okay, let's have a meeting after our dinner. I gathered them in one room, still of course observing social distancing, but I was in the middle of that classroom and I was gathering them. There were 9 of them, and I just preached the gospel to them. And God is so gracious that a few of them actually really said thank you for preaching the gospel, and they got my number because they wanted to touch base with me. In fact, when I arrived here, because I'm not in Davao City, but that's still under self-quarantine, they called me up and asked me how I'm doing, and they were said if after this pandemic, we could meet again. The pandemic that the Lord has caused at this time has brought great things to me, to my family, and to the church. And so I'm so thankful to Him using this time to bring Him glory.
What an adventure the Lord gave you to share the gospel with those 9 men, and wow, it was worth it. We'll get to see the fruit in heaven, and all it cost you was a month